Now that we have our cube constructed, the next step in the assignment is to transfer your data from your figure ground compositions onto the cubes. So here is one that I have from the plan, and I decided in looking at this is my crop window cut out of trace, and I decided looking through this that I wanted to try to get a little more detail. I like this area in here, but at the 3-inch crop, there isn't quite enough data to make for enough opportunities for interaction in the cube. So I took a reduced copy, like so, that I'm going to decide where to crop. And I believe I wanted to pick up, again, we're trying to maximize difference. So I wanted to get a little of this detail in here, as well as some of these larger shapes, and I'm pretty fond of that moment there, those pieces, and these two. So I think I'm going to crop this right about there. So I will mark corners. And I might not be able to see the ones that are on the black, but it's essentially at that corner there. So once I've marked those corners, I'm going to tape this down relative to my triangle. Find the longest continuous edge I can find, which maybe is maybe there. That's about right. So here is how that turned out after the crop. In terms of placing this on the cubes, this is my plan data, so it's going to go on the bottom. Again, I don't know if this is necessarily the way it has to go, but I usually recommend leaving at least a little bit of space open towards the front of the cube. So I plan on using this orientation because I still have detail along here. There's not a lack of data. And then the more massive pieces go towards the back of the cube. For the painting, I'm going to reuse one of the crops that I had from last semester, which is this one. So here, I would say, again, you could probably orient it any way you like, and it'll still be an interesting project. But I think the way I'm going to orient it is going to be like this. Because you can see the main transition lines in this don't correspond with the ones on the bottom. Kind of the areas of detail here are a little bit calmer on the back one, so they don't really have like grain that would blend with one another. So this is how I'm going to transfer those. And you can use these because they have the grid lines on them just kind of as direct measurement transfers. So I'm going to take this, put it along here, make tick marks, regrid it, and then give some slight contour enhancement so I can see where the figures are. The data transfer process is the same for the back face of the cube. So don't get confused by the fact that this is a parallelogram and this is a square. We're still going to take these lines and transfer them to the vertical edge, and these and transfer them to the horizontal edge. All dimensions stay true. We're just rotating one leg down 45 degrees. So there we have it. Data transferred onto the bottom and the back of our axonometric cube. And so now the next step is we will start projecting that data into the three-dimensional space of the cube.